Leaders of the Democratic National Alliance say the country today is falling faster than most countries in the Caribbean. And while it's the duty of the Free National Movement to hold this government's feet to the fire on pressing issues facing the nation, they've been nothing but worthless and just as irresponsible as the Christie administration. Simone Davis reports.
DNA leaders said they're crying shame on the opposition leader and his party members, calling them hapless, unsupervised toddlers who have no care for what's really going on in the country. Deputy Leader Chris Mortimer said he believes the FNM is by far the worst opposition party in the history of the Bahamas because when it comes to the widely talked about national issues, including robberies, rapes, and murders that have become a daily occurrence, the party has done nothing to push the government to do its job.
We all know what the majority of Bahamians feel about the Progressive Liberal Party. We all know that. But it is the responsibility of the opposition to hold the government's feet to the fire. That's their job. That is their job. And this, by far, has been the most hapless, unimaginative opposition in possibly the history of our country.
Mortimer said he's tired of hearing about the leadership fight between Dr. Minnis and Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner and other members in the party, adding that the main focus should be on choosing the best leader to do the best job.
All I want to do is go around this country and talk about, introduce candidates. We far from that. Talk about what's going to save this country. Talk how you're going to dry tears. How you're going to help people put food back on their table. How you're going to find jobs. How are we going to grow this economy? They are not talking about anything. I'm personally tired of hearing about Hubert Minnis and Loretta Butler Turner and their fight for the leadership. Because if we do not have an opposition who is prepared to do their job, they need to go.
And when it comes to the infighting that's been going on in the FNM, Mortimer asserted that it's just a preview of what the country would have to deal with if the FNM is selected to run the country in the next general election. DNA leader Branville McCartney said the only word he could find to describe the state of the Bahamas is abused.
Because we've been abused by the PLP right now. We've been abused over the last... Look where we are as a country. We've been abused. I can almost equate it to a battered wife being abused over and repeatedly, beaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the husband saying after I hit the wife, "I love you, honey. Forgive me." McCartney also dispelled rumors that he would be joining the FNM, while stating that if he wanted to be leader of the opposition, he could be, but joining that party is never going to happen. This talk about I'm going to the FNM. Even so, we've had some persons come to me in this party and ask whether or not it's true. And I'm going to say this over and repeatedly, and if I have to say it again after this, I'll say it again. I am not going to the FNM. I left the FNM. I resigned from a cabinet position. I resigned from a position of power and went out there on my own. Fact of the matter is, if I wanted to be part of the FNM and perhaps the leader of the FNM, I could.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.